So that Rockets game, prior to that game, and this brings me to our next topic, Isiah Thomas. Prior to this Rockets game, LeBron is shooting around and he comes out onto the NBA floor with no shirt on. And people, Isiah Thomas in particular, were completely outraged by this behavior. They couldn't believe it. They found him to just be just lacking in respect for the league, for the game, and having no professionalism. For me, I think that I just think that Isiah Thomas couldn't help himself, but to speak his mind about something that just flat out didn't sit right with his ass. Didn't sit right with him. He's shooting around pre-game on the NBA floor, cameras are rolling with no shirt on. Isiah Thomas was mortified by this, and here's what he had to say.
Second part of our doubleheader tonight. LeBron James going to play the game like this. Shirts and skins is what they're doing tonight.
I just totally 100% object to this. And if I was the GM or coach, me too. I would never let one of my players walk out on the floor looking like this. I mean, we are a professional NBA league. We ain't summer league. We ain't at the YMCA.
Listen, I think coaches got to go back to suits.
Absolutely.
I just mean
absolutely. I just think
college and pro.
I just think the professionalism in our NBA league has diminished so much. And I look, I like LeBron. I'm a fan of his, so forth and so on. But to walk out on the floor before a game with no shirt on and shoot, I mean, come on, man. Where we at? What we doing? Where we at? Now, if you want to, Adam Silver, if you want to find somebody, find that. Put a fine on that.
Yikes. Isiah Thomas has had enough. I think that this is all pent up frustration stemming from LeBron James' Pat McAfee interview and just all of the disrespect that LeBron James has had for the previous generations in the sport. Isiah Thomas clearly, very clearly, has secondhand embarrassment by LeBron James. Zeke, he's a guy who tries to play his part and he tries to be someone who looks very distinguished. He likes to stand for keeping things classy. Whether he actually is or isn't is another story, but he believes in a certain etiquette, a certain demeanor. Wearing suits and looking the part is really important to him. I can understand that wanting to come back. I agree with that. Personally, I was never a fan of Iverson's fashion. And I just want to say this, guys, and you guys might disagree with me. I'm not sure, but baggy pants sagging to the floor was never a flex to me. The long white tee dresses had to be the absolute worst time in rap history, rap fashion, and in fashion history. I just want to be clear on that. Early 2000s, that whole Dipset wave of fashion had to be the absolute worst. I love Cameron and the music that Dipset made, but sheesh, oshkosh, bagosh. Those long white tees and those jersey dresses are embarrassing. They are embarrassing to look back on. Worst time in fashion history, that's for damn sure. Now we're seeing another wave of this with the man purses, nail polish, dresses and skirts. It's all quite cyclical. This isn't new. Dennis Rodman did it. It is what it is. But guys back then, I would say in the 80s and the 90s, they were more mature as far as how they carried themselves in the league, how they spoke, what their values were, how they treated those that came before them, etc. So LeBron James decides to speak out in a very passive aggressive way, as Stephen S. Smith points out very often to us. He tweeted or he created a post on X, and I'll put it up for you guys to see. Man, I was going to say something, but it's useless at this point in my career. Anyways, more important, congratulations, JJ, on a 50-win season in the West and postseason nod. That's fire. Blah, blah, blah. LeBron James is just so passive aggressive. I mean, so you were going to say something. Just say it. Just say it, LeBron. I hate the person that has a puss on their face and you ask them what's wrong and they just keep saying that they have a lot to say, but they're not going to say it. Then they don't bring it up at all. Everybody knows people like that, and it's really annoying. Mainly because nobody even asked. Isiah Thomas said what he said, period. There's really no response to have. It's like when your mother or your father makes a statement about how you're dressed or about the way you said something that they didn't like. Don't respond. It's unnecessary. They are an elder. Just deal with it and shut the hell up, LeBron. No one needed that tweet. And if you're not going to say anything, then don't say anything. At this point in my career, at any point in your career, if you want to clear something up that isn't true, go right on ahead. At any point in your career, you shouldn't be too good to right a wrong. But he's not too good to be petty and still address it in some way. It's just ridiculous. LeBron acts like a washwoman, ready to run tell that every time he hears something. No one asked for the response. You're wearing your shirt off on the NBA floor as cameras are rolling. LeBron James thinks he's Elon Musk. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that he thinks he's Elon Musk, who went to the Oval Office recently and made a goddamn fool of himself. I don't know if you guys remember that. But this guy, the guy with hair plugs, just like LeBron, kind of looks like LeBron a little bit. Didn't have hair before during the PayPal days, Tesla days, somehow's got hair. And yeah, he goes to the Oval Office and he makes a complete fool of himself at the office of the president in a t-shirt, a trucker hat, has his child there as if, kids are allowed there at this very important meeting at the White House. You see everybody else in suits and Elon Musk looks like a damn fool. That's LeBron James. That's 100% LeBron James showing up to the All-Star game, not in uniform, couldn't be bothered to put it on. Showing up to, one of the last games of the season against the Rockets with no shirt on like this. Just a flat out disgrace. He has no respect for the NBA, no respect for the league and the players that he plays alongside, no respect for the Lakers, that's for sure. Definitely no respect for the game of basketball. So I think it's interesting that he does these things. Like I said, he's just like Elon Musk. He can just do whatever he wants. No respect for the game, for the league, for the arena, for the families that are watching. No class, no basic decency for those that came before him. And I wonder what his response to Isiah Thomas was going to be. Hey, I'm actually promoting my new Barbie doll. That's why I showed up with no shirt on. Actually, I should have been in the movie. I should have been in the Barbie movie. Maybe LeBron James thinks that he would have been a better Black Ken than any of the other guys. Maybe LeBron James has Barbie dreams and he's just marketing his new Mattel doll. I mean, look at this guy. Posing with the doll. Look at this. Got the purse handy. So this is the LeBron James era. Barbie dolls, not action figures. So LeBron James could have put out an action figure, but instead he wants to be a Barbie. He wants to be partnered with Mattel. He's the Ken of the NBA, I guess. You see this man purse. I guess he's a fashionista. I don't know. But perhaps LeBron James was really just marketing his Barbie doll. That's why he showed up with no shirt on. That's the only thing I can think of. Le Fashionista King. Le Fashionista King. This is, like I said, not an action figure for LeBron fans to buy, but this is a Barbie. Move over, Nicki Minaj. Move over. Move over, Nicki Minaj. Move over, Barbs. Now we have the LeBarbs. There's a doll for the LeBarbs to go pick up and buy. You can wear purses just like LeBron. Here's the outfit to model yourself by. Congratulations. Congratulations to the LeBarbs. They finally have something just for them. Well, guys, I'll read some comments and then we'll move on to the next topic. I mean, the Barbie doll is just hilarious. Dominique, it's not a purse. Acknowledge it as a man bag. Merce, man bag. Who knows? LeBron is no longer rivals with Steph. His new rival are Ken dolls. Love it. You guys are hilarious. Anyhow, we're going to move on to the next topic. We talked a lot about the Lakers, what their trajectory could be headed into the finals. Headed into the postseason. We talked about Rob Parker and his really harsh comments for Luka Doncic. LeBron loves to show up to the games with no shirt on, I guess, to promote his new Barbie doll. That would make sense. Marketing on fleek. Cheers to you, LeBron. Cheers to the LeBarbs. They now have a new doll. But we talked a lot about these things, and we are going to move on to the next topic, and that's Rick Bucher. And I want to salute to Brother Juma because he actually asked me to talk about this.